In the first instance, I remember my first bulletin that I did. I did it with Alice Chavunduka, who, as you all know, was perfection in terms of broadcasting. So, and in those days, at the end of every week, the newspapers would have a review of what came out from the broadcasting station. So they reviewed programs, but they also made comments about presenters. And they were not always very nice at it, I have to say. So I was really very pensive after my first broadcast to see how it had been received. And so I was very happy, I think it was on a Thursday, when the Financial Gazette put out a headline that said, Musabayana's TV debut a cinch. Now, I have to say that I had to look up this word, cinch. And what it means is that doing something with ease. It had not been easy because I had knots in my stomach, but it was an affirmation for me because despite the nervousness that I felt at that point, it meant that the bulletin had come out well and I had made a good impression. So that gave me a lot of confidence going forward. In terms of the people around me that I grew up with, they were really very supportive. I think the background that you need to know is that I did not come from a big city. My rural home is in Mutare and in Rusape rather, and then my mother comes from Mutare. But I grew up on two small mines just outside Chinhoyi, and they are Alaska and Shackleton mines. So I am what you might call a small town girl. And so going into the institution and leaving the mine behind, whenever I went back, you know, people were always very excited to say, wow, you know, we never knew that somebody from these parts of the world could actually end up on television. What that did to me then was to give me even more determination to say, I am not going to be the one who's kicked off the news roster for lack of performance. And so I really worked very hard. I was very determined. And it was fortunate that we had very good mentors. I've mentioned some of them before, but I can also add there Mr. Shingirai Tungwarara, Sis Alice Mtema, and so on. And these people really made sure that you were on your toes and you presented and did your work to the best of your ability.